Hello everybody and welcome to Games Today. I'm your host RPGgoddess, and today we're going to be playing some more Homestuck. So thanks for joining me everybody. I can't even remember where we were into this. I think we got into a new chapter. This game kind of loses me at points. Well, it's not really a game, it's an interactive webcomic, but I thought we'd get into some more of that today. Because I have some exciting news, I got a new laptop this week. Yes, finally. And I figured this would be absolutely perfect because it's touchscreen. I can, have a good excuse to really try the thing out because my other one was so slow. Very, very annoying. But, so let's get into it. Where were we up to? Read your books. Stay wary of these foes. Puh, monsters. Only retarded babies who poop in their diapers believe in that stuff. Bros, you roll right out the front door. Continue. Yeah, I like how quickly this loads. Go get used to this. It's like mother's dusting. I think, yeah, that's Rose. Looks like Mum has satisfied her strife quota for the day. She simply returns to housework. No point in going out the front door anyway. Might as well head out the back like you originally planned. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what we're doing, but I guess we will find out, guys. Rose. First, be the pony. Second, trample Mum. Aw. You can't be this stupid pony, and frankly, you can't imagine why anyone would want to. But you give the pony a begrudging pat on the snout anyway. Her name is Maplehoof. Cute. John, turn around. What's this? Data structures for arseholes instead of for dummies. I remember those books. You could get practically a book on anything for dummies. Oh, I feel old saying that. Let's have a read. Chapter 7. God dang it, why do I even bother? The good news. Finally, your revolting incompetence can be put to use. Instead of accidentally firing a Silodex full of steak knives into a priceless oil painting of your beloved great aunt, you can turn that fumbling fury toward one of your foes, such as the ability to painfully grasp simple concepts. The bad news, I'm tired of explaining myself hoarse to gibbering fucktards. In this chapter, I will be phoning it in with the liberal use of diagrams and shitty clip art. What are you going to do about it? You are going to wriggle in your own viscous secretions like the worms you are, that's what. Here, learn something for a change. Arsehole notes. Purse your lips together to form a stiff pucker, then apply firmly to my rear end. I now pronounce you man and wife. Now get in the kitchen and make my ass some dinner, bitch. Jeez. This would get me copyright flagged if I was this important enough to have flags. No, not copyright flagged, like flagged for swearing. Oh man. You're trying to read, okay? This book is already unpleasant enough as it is without weird voices in your head nagging you to do things. Besides, I thought we already agreed there's no such thing as monsters. Fine, you'll interrupt your reading and turn around, but you don't see what could possibly be. So, oh my god, it's a monster. Rose exit. Looks like one of Dad's clowns, or what did he call them? Not clowns. God, it's coming back to me, but I can't remember. John Egbert's dad had a name for them. Anyway, Harlequins. I think so. Yeah. I think it was a Harlequin. Rose exit. You leave through the back door. Nearby is the transformer which distributes electricity from the underground generator powered by the river flowing beneath your house. The transformer was struck by lightning, though, and no longer works. Wonder if your mother has any plans to have it fixed. I guess you'd rather just play her mind games in the dark house like a weirdo. You see the mausoleum and the portable generator across your backyard. You're almost there. Use umbrella. You regather your items and begin the soggy trek mausoleum ward. Get up, this is no time for slumber. Strife. He's having it out with the Harlequin or whatever it is. No, he's got a health bar. He got us. We winning? Can't tell. Forget the W and make haste to the mausoleum. Retrieving the W never even crossed your mind. It's just a stupid magnet. Oh, that's right, she was using a W magnet as a moustache. Something to do with one-upping her mother in our earlier episode, Rose was. John, salvage your weapon and fight on. He said, put the bunny back in the box. Now exalt victory. Spoils are yours. Now why couldn't he put the bunny back in the box? What's this Echo ladder? Where are we, I wonder? Looks like we're pretty low. The amazing victory allows you to scale the first 2 achievement rungs on your Escher ladder. You are now a plucky tot with a new feather in your cap to show for it. The Escher ladder rewards your bold ascent with 120 billion dollars. You waste little time in storing them in your ceramic portfolio. Additionally, climbing the rungs has boosted your gel viscosity and cachet limit. Cool. Well, I suppose like any good game, there's got to be achievements, eh? I like games with achievements, as long as there's not too many, then it gets a bit too much. What's this, our inventory? By expanding the cache limit, you've made room for all that nice grist you just collected. You now have 32 fragments of build grist and 10 fragments of shale. What about that card? It seems that the shale imp has allocated the bunny to its strife specubus. Sort of a stupid thing to use for a weapon, but you might as well grab it and stick the bunny in your strife deck while you're at it. It will at the very least be safer there. Okay. You can hear a purring in the background, by the way. My kitty has just decided to join me. It's being very adorable. I don't know what it's about. Sounds as cats purring. I love it. It's a very sweet sound. Very soothing. You grab the 2 specubi in your strife portfolio. No self-replicating strife would be caught dead without one. Gather the scattered bits of your large hammer. Oddly enough, it seems breaking the sledgehammer altered the abstracticus from hammer kind to handle kind, even going as far as expelling the head of your smaller hammer from your deck to force compliance. You didn't even notice in the heat of the battle. You grabbed the sledgehammer handle, expelling the useless Harlequin figure. Yeah, Harlequin, that's what it was. That weird looking jester thing. You merge the sled hammer with its handle and return it to your strife deck, repairing the hammer kind abstratus. In the process, the small hammer handle is ejected from the deck. Since, of course, handles of any sort no longer belong in there, obviously. If you say so. Fine, now what? Dave is pestering you, but you don't have the time to deal with this nonsense right now. Something is amiss in your room. You just can't quite put your finger on it. Rose, hurry and activate the generator. Fire up the generator and drag the cord into the mausoleum. It would of course be foolish to run the generator inside a confined space. Generator safety is everyone's business. Defile tomb. Would it say clonk? Just want to see that again, because I missed it. Sorry, Jaspers, have to make space for the laptop. Besides, your final resting place is already a mockery. You should have decomposed years ago under better petunias like a normal cat, not given a taxidermist and fit with a tiny custom-tailored suit and then stuffed in a coffin built for infants. Plug in your laptop. One thing I like about this game, though, or comic is it's just so strange. I don't know what it is. Games like this just appeal to me. You plug in your laptop and connect to the internet signal again. Everything predictably falls out of your Silodex, but you're not about to get bent out of shape about it. Yet bigger fish to fry. Looks like Dave noticed you back online. He pesters you like clockwork. And there's John. What on earth is he up to now? The door, John. Look at the door. You're right. Didn't Rose yank the door off its hinges and prop it off your bed? Someone or something has put it back and left it slightly ajar. Incredibly alarming. Investigate. Ha ha ha. What is this so outrageous? What happened? Oh, we just got a bit of music and I skipped it too quick. Or loaded it too quick. Pestalog. Oh, there you are. John said your house was burning down. Are you on fire yet or what? Yeah, we'll just start from there. No, for now I have retired to the safety of a smaller building which is much closer to the forest fire, threatening my residence. Oh well, that's a relief. John told me to get the game to help you out there, so I'm working on that now. Working on it? Yeah, my bros, copy long story. Hey, don't tell John this, but I think he might have been right about the puppets. They're sort of starting to freak me out a little. You're referring to your brother's collection? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's cool and all. The semi-ironic puppet thing or whatever. Or semi-ironic. Man, I don't even know. I'm just starting to think that some of this shit is going a little too far and it's getting kind of fucked up. I've seen his websites. I like them. Yeah, well, you would. Oh man, I wish little cow wouldn't look at me like that with those dead with those dead eyes, Jesus. Sometimes I dream that he's real and he's talking to me and I wake up in a cold sweat and basically flip the fuck out. Interesting. Oh God, why did I just tell you my dream? You can have a field day with that. I'm currently scrawling notes furiously into one of the many psychoanalysis journals that I maintain for you. Published papers forthcoming. Because it's not like either of us have anything better to do at the moment than evaluate each other's radically debilitating pathologies. Yeah, I'm going to get moving. Oh, have you heard from John? He's not answering me. He won't answer me either, but I'm watching him. I suspect he's preoccupied with the fact that he just had a bucket of water dumped on his head by the ghost of his dead grandmother, who also happens to be dressed like a clown. Alright, I'm out. Later. Interrogate this mad woman. Unless it really is a ghost. Let's see, what's this about a ghost? Show sprite log. Nana? Yes, dear. Wow, you scared the living daylights out of me. Well, I guess it really was a great prank. Good one, Nana. Anyway, are you really my dad, Nana? Of course, John. I've come back to help you on your journey through the medium and beyond. I'm delighted to see what a fine young man you have turned out to be. Just like your father. Okay, I guess I'll take your word for it. I don't remember you at all. My dad said I was really young when you died. Hey, speaking of which, do you know where he is? I looked everywhere for him. Dad's busy. Show sprite log. So it's the sprite log now. Just realised that. Your father was kidnapped. Oh no. When you crossed over to the medium, he was apprehended by the very forces of darkness which your presence here has awakened. Well, okay, so what is this medium you're talking about? This is where we are now, a realm that is a ring of pure void, dividing light and darkness. It turns in the thick of the inner sphere, a place untouched by the flow of time in your universe. You mean because we are inside a computer or in the game software or something? The computer? Why, what is that, dear? Some new-fangled contraption, like horseless auto boxcar? Well, it's like this machine that, oh, of course I know what a computer is, John. I was just pulling your leg. Okay. No, John, you're not inside a computer or software, anything like that. Try not to be so linear, dear. The software that brought you here was merely a mechanism that served as a gateway. Its routines, in a way, serve to invoke this realm's instance, yet it stands independently of any physical machine and somewhat paradoxically always has. I'm not sure I get it, but alright. Same, John. So what do I actually need to be doing here? I think it would be best if we started with the big picture. Go on. Just need a quick sip, guys, all this reading. Okay, sorry guys, let's continue on. Above the medium, the seven gates, residing at the core of the inner sphere, is a place known as Skaia. Legend holds that Skaia exists as a dormant crucible of unlimited creative potential. What does this mean, you ask? I'm afraid my lips are sealed about that, dear. But, needless to say, where a realm of such profound importance is concerned, forces of light will forever be charged with its defence, while forces of darkness will just as persistently covet its destruction. Interesting. Is that the world? I like that animation. I just want to watch it for a minute. Oh yes, there must be the forces of light and dark, is it? The two chess pieces. And so it happens, at the centre of this realm whose fate is in question, those very forces duel on a stage stuck in an eternal stalemate. Yes, they have duelled in this manner forever. That is, until you showed up. Me? Me? Yes, you, John. Before your mishap with my ashes, you may recall the sprite's previous incarnation, which resulted from its kernel's hatching. You see, this hatching occurs automatically in response to your arrival. The result is a pair of kernels, one dark, one light, each carrying the information they were prototyped with before the hatch. One goes down to a kingdom entrenched in darkness, the other up to a kingdom basking in light. Each comes to rest in an orb atop a spire, of which there are three others in kind. The four spires are situated above a throne, and these two thrones preside over the two respective sovereign powers. And once the kernels are situated, that is when the game is afoot. The true war begins. Light versus dark, good versus evil. This is a war that the forces of light are always destined to lose without exception. Quest of futility, then. Let's have a look at the little picture at the top. Ah, yes. Another chess game animation. Cool. At least we seem to be getting into some story, because the game was losing me at points, I won't deny it. But it's getting interesting now. Wow, really? What's the point? Good question. What's the point if you're determined to lose? That remains for you to find out, dear. For you to see. The journey you're about to take is the ultimate riddle. Whoa. For now, your objective is to proceed towards Skaia and pass through the first gate situated directly above your house. Not even terribly far. The gates will become progressively more difficult to reach, so you'd better be prepared to sharpen your adventuring skills. How am I supposed to get up there? You build. Okay, I think I get it now. So I guess the battle against good and evil is sort of irrelevant. Well, I don't know, that all sounds kind of weird, but in any case, we build the house to get to these gates, and then I can save my dad. Yes, John. And then after that, we solve this ultimate riddle thing and save her from destruction. Oh no, I'm afraid not. He stops dancing. So what happens next? Your planet is done for, dear. There's nothing you do about that. Oh. Your purpose is so much more important than saving that silly old planet, though. And that is? Yes, I'll have to agree with the float hag about float hag. Excuse me. John, you're such a good baby. I know you'll succeed. Thanks, Nana. You're a good boy, and good boys deserve treats. Hooray! I'm going to bake you some cookies. The hag mentioned cookies. Pursue her. Oh, god damn it. That's just what you need. More baked goods. John, you do not say no to cookies. I command you to get them. You totally abjure the hell out of that idea. You're so busy abjuring you don't even notice Rose has been trying to pester you this whole time. Rose, hit John in the head with box to get his attention. Give John a swift rubbing in the noggin, but he's undeterred. That is some fit he is throwing. Okay, this one's getting interesting. Oh, back to Rose, are we? Perhaps you will take this spare moment to contemplate the Nana Sprite's strange tale. It may also behoove you to record your thoughts on these developments in your Game Facts walkthrough journal. It'll be hard finding time to update it. In fact, you're not even sure we found the time to write what's already there. I remember they brought up Game Facts in this game, which back in the olden days, I shall say, used to be the number one website I would go to. Now I sort of prefer sites that have a bit more pictures, but if you just want cold hard information, you don't care about pretty pictures, GameFAQs is definitely the site to go to. Anyway, oh, is that so, Jaspers? And just who do you think you're looking at with that smug grin? The last thing you need is sass from a dead cat. It's pretty much all his fault you're in this mess in the first place. So we can just button it. The cat looks cute. John, cookies now. You refuse outright. This impudence is insufferable. Go get the cookies. Well, when you put it so politely, how could John decline? John, you are stupid. You really need to work on your manners. Stupid, stupid, dumb. That's not a command. It's nothing. It's stupid. You're stupid. He's giving us the finger. For the last time, I command you to get the cookies, boy. Man, I love a cookie right now. It's just not going to happen, buddy. Years in the future. Oh, that's so meta. It's like us, the ones playing this are like, just get the damn cookie already. God dang it. But really, not enough to write home about. An aggravated finger slips mid-keystroke. Yes, as it always does. When you're trying to type. Oh, we got a Game Factory. This is really long. Don't really want to read it. It's so long. No, we better read it. I may have been a bit, the long short, the medium too. May have been a bit hasty in advising you not to bother with the prototyping process. If I spared any detail, it was only to optimise your chances of survival. And if you find yourself begrudging the absence of certain instructions, which if followed would have resulted in your own demise, then I guess that makes two of us. Otherwise, you're welcome. But the fact appears to be that prototyping the kernel sprite before making your new getaway may offer the only opportunity to exercise control over your new environment, a place known as the medium. Also, if prototyped with one or two sufficiently, albeit loosely, humanoid and or sentient elements, living or otherwise, it offers the chance to have all this explained to you by an apparitional guide through whatever sort of cryptic, sketchy, double-speak your choice of prototyping elements and engenders. In lieu of this, you may be forced to settle for my clear, thorough, and assiduous dissection of raw data. Again, don't mention it. If you have made it to the medium with an unmolested vanilla sprite, well, I've already covered the bad news about this missed opportunity, and I will not go into this further soon. Though to what extent this actually is bad news, I'm not sure. I know only the result of my co-player's current configuration, wherein the sprite was prototyped once before the departure and once after, which brings us to the good news, which is that you can still prototype after your departure and salvage the massively rewarding experience of haggling with an exposition slinging phantom guide, so long as you avoid prototyping with terribly inert items such as a brass door knocker and your father's pornography collection. Excuse me. Actually, that might be interesting. If you are struck by the spirit of such experimentation, please don't hesitate to contact me about it. So yes, you can enhance your sprite this way. By doing so after your departure will no longer induce this effect on the medium I allude to. That can only be accomplished with one or more, let's close that, pre-departure prototypings. In fact, we can extrapolate there are only so many ways to prototype a sprite. T is a prototyping in relation to departure, both before, one after, both after, only one, either before or after, none. Those occurring before will affect the medium through the kernel's hatching process and your guide, i.e. the sprite. Those occurring after will only affect the sprite. The effects this process has on the medium, or more globally, the inner sphere, are still vague to me. They have to do with flavouring the forces you will struggle against, and generally all forces at odds with each other in this realm. It has given me some insight into the nature of the game, which again I derive through this exploration. We appear to be engaging in an instance of a dimension with a highly flexible set parameters and a series of objectives surrounding an equally flexible mythological framework. This framework seems to begin as a sort of blank template and evolves with the player's actions, and likely further evolves with the addition of more host-client connections and thus more prototyped kernels. Scroll up a little bit. I regret to say I can't be much more specific than that without loosely extrapolating further. There are plenty of questions that have occurred to me, however, questions concerning the kernel sprite, which I've raised implicitly already, such as what is the effect of an unprototyped kernel on the medium, or a doubly prototyped kernel for that matter, and even more salient are questions about this dimension itself. Do all players worldwide make it to this dimension if they successfully complete their departure, or is a unique blank instance of the dimension crafted for each new player? I have no evidence, but instinct tells me it is closer to the latter situation. There is no real indication of any other players present in this realm. Alterations in the realm seem singularly centered on the actions of my co-player and myself. If I had to stake anything on it, I would guess every separate client-server pair activates its own fresh copy of an incosphere, or a unique session, if you will. But the quantity of players is a further complication which invites more questions. It seems that the game was designed to suit two players most naturally, the server and the client, but through a mishap my co-player and I have slipped out of the obvious tandem arrangement, and the only logical course of action to continue playing is to string a daisy chain of server-client connections together until presumably the chain is complete. Theoretically, we could complete this chain with only one player functioning as the server to my client and the client to my current co-player's server, assuming he can recover it. The strange thing is, though, in our instance of this dimension, there are 4 receptacles for divided kernels, not 3. Does this mean we are destined to have a 4-player chain? How could the game not know such a thing? Perhaps it does, and if this proves to be the case, I trust I'll be sufficiently numbed to the realisation. And I don't think we'll read that crossed out point. What does it say at the bottom? Numb to the realisation, rethink organisation led maybe waist deep, lagoric sludge, trim below blur. Guess that's notes that she wasn't finished with. She's not finished with this yet. She's cut her some slack. Maybe you could go bug someone else for a while, or at the very least, someone else. Months in the past, but not many. Interesting. I still don't fully understand it, but I get an idea of what's going on in the game, and I like it. Looks like it's snowing. Okay, we got a pestilog. Hi, happy birthday, Rose. Hello, and thanks. Did you get John's present yet? What will you make with it? And who said it was something from which something else could be made? Well, John did tell me that it was, I suppose I'll take a stab at learning the craft. It's the least I can do in response to the subtle dig concealed in his gesture. He often tells me I need a new hobby when I make perfectly reasonable analytical remarks. Oh, Rose, I don't think he meant anything like that by it. You see, not everybody always means the opposite of what they say, the way you and Dave always do. Maybe. His birthday's in a few months, isn't it? Yep. I finally finished a present for him. I've been working on it for years. Years? It's so hard to tell when you're joking, or if you're even capable of it. I just mailed it too, so it is sure to get there on time. Mail takes a while to get to anywhere from here. I'll probably craft something with strong sentimental value. That should burn him. I don't think you really mean that. I guess not. So, shall I expect a green package dropped to my house via airmail from whatever screwball cranny of the globe you're tucked into? No. Sorry, but you are sort of a hard shop for. Besides, I have something for you today that I think you will like better than something in a box. Oh, it is a tip. This is already intriguing enough to compensate for the grave scarcity of lavish gifts parachuting from the sky. Please go on. Did you have a pet a long time ago that died? Yes. Okay, well, how did you feel about your cat? Did you love him a lot? Okay, well, I didn't mention it was a cat, or that it was a male. Let's pretend that I'm surprised and you're embarrassed and moved on. To answer your question, I'll describe my feelings toward the animal as lukewarm. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't really matter what I think, just... What if someone told you could play a game that would bring him back to life? If someone told me that, I would regard the remark with a great deal of scepticism. If that someone was you, on the other hand, I would have to ask preemptively, is that someone you? Yes, that someone is me. I just thought you might find it interesting. So what is this game? Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying is all. I think you'll hear about it later. Maybe you can talk to John and Dave about it. They're way more into all that stuff than I am. I'll see what the word on the street is about it, in due time. For now, I should probably order a copy of Knitting for Arseholes. It would be a shame if I ran late with John's present. Get Katana. We got this guy, Mr. Cool, or Mr. Thinks he's cool. What's his name? Dave. You catch to log your katana. I'm not even going to bother reading that math because I've got a headache and it's just going to make it 10 times worse. And prepare to venture out into the apartment to retrieve your bro's copy of the game. But first, maybe, just maybe, retrieve dead bird. Why are we taking the dead bird? Haha, watch on YouTube. Can we watch it? We can actually watch it. Cool. Skydiving to the opposite. kind of confused what we were watching. That was cool. Dude, that bird is long gone. It probably won't last. 90 boy bands greatest hits. Sorry, let's keep reading. See, that bird is long gone. It probably won't last long in this heat anyway. You don't even know what's up with this sick heat. The sun threatens to set, but won't step off. It's staring you down like the big red eye of a hot needle skipping on a groove, tracing round the earth. While lingering in midair, its heat seems to suspend time itself, stretching it like warped vinyl. It's meant to rain this season, but there ain't been a drop in sight. Even a little drizzle would help. Might help to fizzle this sizzle a little bizzle. Set the record straight on this global turn, tizzle. So don't change the drizzle, turn it up a little. I got a living room full of dime brizzles waitin' on the pizzle, the dizzle and the shizzle. G's to the bizzac, now ladies here we jizzac. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like a sot, drop it like a sot, drop it like a sot. English romantic poet John Keats. Is that a song, Dave? Oh, I'm so confused. Or a poem or something? Yeah, I think this guy thinks he's like a rapper. Or wants to be one. Sorry, little dude, coming through. Got to put you down for a bit. You figure you've left him hanging for long enough. And Dave hastily entered the room with wild abandon. But how you all been anyway, guys? I just want to take a quick moment to see how you're all doing. Hope you've been good. I've been good. I had a bad toothache this week. Oh man, I had to go to the dentist. That was horrible. That was Tuesday I went to the dentist and I still got a headache from it. But we got some very good news. A couple of days ago, there's going to be a new Sailor Moon movie, Sailor Moon Cosmos. Yes, I'm so bloody excited. I'm such a dork. I love Sailor Moon. It's coming out next year. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be so cool. Whoops. You barge in and see a familiar face, a friendly face. Who is that? I feel like I should know that face. Oh god, I can almost picture the name. Oh, it'll come to me. You stand in the living room. Your bro spends most of his days in here. At night, he crashes on the futon over there. You don't see him anywhere, though. There's the puppet chest he stores little Cal in when he takes him out on gigs. But when he's home, he usually leaves Cal on display somewhere, and good reason. Because Cal is totally sweet. So sweet. Man. Dave, pity the fool. Yeah, oh god, I still can't remember his name. Mr. T, that's right. Mr. T. It's your brother's Mr. T puppet, which of course is kept in the apartment with a sense of profound humorous irony. But as usual with your bro's exploits, this is no ordinary irony, or anything close to a pedestrian tier ironic one gesture, which is a meagre single step removed from sincerity. This is like 10 levels of irony removed from the original joke. It might have been funny like 8 years ago to joke about Mr. T and how he was sort of lame, but that was the very thing that made him awesome and badass, and that his awesomeness was also sort of the joke, but in this case, the joke is the joke, and the degree of irony itself is also the joke, and so on. One highly adept satirical ninja like you and your bro can appreciate stuff like this. It's cool taking stuff that other people think is funny, but you know really isn't, and making it funny again by adding subtle strata of irony, which are utterly undetectable to the untrained eye. Also, for good measure, Mr. T is wearing a leather thong and handcuffed to a pantless Chuck Norris puppet. God, you hope you can be as good as your bros as the... God, my tongue's getting all twisted. Start over, Jem. God, you hope you can be as good as your bro at this someday. You never tell him that, though. Find little cow and give fist bumps. Cow's nowhere in sight. All you see is a bunch of your bros Weird nude puppets. Stream hazardically. You guess those things are kind of cool, sort of. Play a game on the Xbox. Speaking of games too, there's a game coming out, guys, that I'm really excited about. I was going to cover on the channel, I haven't decided yet, because I kind of want to play it for myself first. But it's called Lydian Chronicles Rising, I think, and it's basically going to be a game just like Suicune, only an action adventure sort of RPG, which I don't mind, but I like traditional turn-based RPGs the best, so yeah. But Lydian Chronicles, I hope I'm saying that right, comes out next year in 23, but Lydian Chronicles Rising comes out on the 10th, and yeah, it's on Steam. I don't know how much it's going to be because it's not out, but I'm so buying it on Monday. I cannot freaking wait. Cannot wait. I'm very excited for that one. Just had to tell you guys that because, yeah. Oh, I can't wait. New game. Don't you love that new game feeling? Anyway, looks like your bro was playing. It's not like him to leave in the middle of some totally intense gaming. Not like him to misplace Cal either. Man, you hope the little guy's alright. Oh, sorry guys, had to get a quick drink. Let's continue. It looks like it's on an advert for TV. Oh, the internet's full of ads. Oh, dude, there you are. Didn't see you there. We be chill today, Cal. Yeah, you better fucking believe we be chill. Cal is the man. Resist great urge to play Bro's Xbox. So that we're playing it anyway. Must be a skater game. You fail to resist the urge. You start thrashing up stunts, something uncanny brutal on your quest for mad snacks, yo, and get this way rude hunger under control. Shit is basically flying off the hook. It's like shit wants nothing to do with that hook. The hook is dead to that shit. But you get stuck in some poorly modelled 3D fixture or something, like a railing or a piece of the wall. You'll have to reset. Fuck this shit. Speaking of, go away ad. Sorry guys. Give little Cal a bro fist bump. Oh man, you almost forgot. Got to give the Seaman some props. Our brother must be older, I think. Check out your bro's sweet gear. What does it say? Hustlin' fuzz. Your bro has so much sweet gear, it's hard to keep up with it all sometimes. Here's his computer setup. He's usually got a lot of stuff cooking on here at any given moment. Since he's not around, you might as well sneak a peek. Look at your brother's computer. Oh, hell no. Your bro's computer is password protected, of course, to protect all the incredible top secret shit he's got on the burners. Of course, you know what the password is, and he knows you know it, and you're both cool with that because the password is the most awesome thing it can be. You enter the password. On the desktop is a hodgepodge of unnamed folders to store all the stuff he's working on. No one can decipher his organisation system but him. He also tends to use the application Complete Bullshit to keep up with the ludicrous amount of websites and news feeds he monitors to stay hip to the scene. Open Complete Bullshit. Let's say content aggregator. This is complete bullshit. That it is. Check if Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff has a sweet update. Your bro keeps up with his projects in his aggregator, just like you keep up with his. He's tuned into your various blogs and, of course, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. You navigate to the latest comic in one of the many bullshit feed bands. Mouse over the orange stripe containing plush rump. Plush rump. Puppet cameras. Oh man, this game. Oh dear me. Another one of your bro's many ironic websites. The difference here is he rakes in thousands of dollars a month through this enterprise. Smuppets are a multi-billion-dollar a year enterprise, and it's awfully hard to resist taking a firm squeeze from the plump udder of that cash cow. Stop wasting time and look for bro's beta. Ha 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 ha. You guess you've moved around on his computer long enough. Better to get a move on before it's too late for Rose, or worse yet, your bro catches you. But my God, the rumps, they are transfixing. You know this is ironic and all, and your bro reaches echelons of irony you could only dream of daring to fathom. But on rare occasions when your guard is down, it all just seems a tad unsettling to you. I don't like this thing though. I don't really like puppets. I kind of think they're creepy and ugly looking. Oh, hey there, cow. Give little cow a nervous fist bump. I'll be nervous too. That thing's ugly. You're sort of starting to flip the fuck out. Without losing your cool, of course. Pester John to ease your nerves. You get Egbert on the line again to give him the lowdown on your progress. You feel it's important to keep the wires hot, but he's not answering. You wonder what that guy is up to. Okay, now we're back to Egbert. Well, what's his name? John Egbert? Hey, what is up? What happened with the monster that is totally definitely in your room? Did you kill it? Where are you, man? Anyway, things are cool here. Totally cool. Puppets are still awesome. No problem with them or anything. Like, just really, really awesome. He's freaking out. Looks like Rose is finally logged in again. Didn't John say her house was burning down? You wonder if she's on fire yet or what? Pester Rose. Oh, there you are. John said your house was burning down, or are you on fire yet or what? No, for now I've retired to the safety of a smaller building, which is much closer to the forest fire threatening my residence. Oh, well that's a relief. John told me to get the game to help you out of there, so I'm working on that now. Working on it. Yeah, my bro's copy, long story. Hey, don't tell John this, but I think he may have been right about the puppets. They're sort of starting to freak me out a little. You're referring to your brother's collection? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's cool and all. The semi-ironic puppet thing or whatever. Or semi-ironic. Man, I don't even know. I'm just starting to think that some of this shit is going a little too far and it's kind of fucked up. I've seen his websites. I like them. Well, yeah, you would. Oh man, I wish little Cal wouldn't look at me like that with those dead eyes, Jesus. Sometimes I dream that he's real and he's fucking talking to me and I wake up in a cold sweat and basically flip the fuck out. Interesting. Oh god, why did I just tell you my dream? You're gonna have a field day with that. Didn't we already read this? So I'm getting confused. Let's just skip because I reckon we already read this. Or did we already read it? No, I don't know. Yeah, no, he told basically the same thing as something else. Anyway, let's continue. I'm currently scrawling my notes down furiously in one of my many psychoanalysis journals I maintain for you. Published papers forthcoming. Yeah, we read this. Let's continue on. I don't think we're going to miss too much anyway. Seconds in the future, but not many. John, what are you doing? Snap out of it. We ought to discuss what your grandmother told you, don't you think? Fine, enjoy your stupor. I'll go about my business elsewhere. Deploy the punch Designix. What's the time? I think we'll give it about 10 minutes and then I'm going to wrap things up, guys. We're getting close to an hour, I think. John, whenever you read this, you should know I put the shell you collected to use and finally deployed the punch card Designix. It is in your study. I can only drop it though. You'll have to be the one to mess around and see what it does. When you're finished with your weird histrionics, maybe you could give it a try. I'm updating my walkthrough and it would help to know what it does. Ha ha ha, these things are going crazy. No wonder John's freaking out, doesn't want to talk to people. Look at the little devils. Oh man. Oh shit, there was a pestilog. We better go back. Also, I should warn you that your house and yard are completely infested with monsters now. Try to be careful. Thanks. We just figured that out. So, I can see. Stupid lousy imps. They're mucking up all my cool stuff. Oh, there you are. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not sure what came over me there. I was acting really crazy for some reason, but my head feels like it's clearing up. I think I'm alright now. Rebuild the claw hammer and return it to Specubus. So he's come out of his daze. I suppose anyone will be freaked out with what's going on in his house, though. Or the world, or whatever's going on in general with this game. You're getting way better at this sort of thing. Confront Pogo Ride to prepare yourself for Nana. Thank God your sanity has returned, so you can entertain extremely rational, coherent thoughts like this one. Examine the Pogo Ride from the bathroom window. You do not like what you see. Those sons of bitches. No one risks painful injury on your green slime ghost Pogo Ride. No one but you. Green slime ride. What's that from? Ghostbusters. Drop something heavy on one of those imps. Yeah, get the little devils. They're creepy. Drop a piano on him. We got him? Yes. My piano. Sorry, guys. Sorry. No nuance to these controls at all. I was hoping to bludgeon the imp without letting go of it. Guess I can't really do that. A broken piano isn't the end of the world, though. I guess you're right. You'll need to pick up the spoils in person. I can't interact with the grist. So, somebody's have to go out the back door. Yes, is there a problem? Well, it may sound dumb, but I was hoping to avoid Nana and her spooky ghost cookies. You're right, that does sound dumb. Can you hear her in the kitchen? Yeah. What's she doing? Is she baking? Could say that. Are you sure you can't get that grist up to me somehow? Maybe. Use Pogo Ride to fling grist through window. So that must be the loot that we got from dropping the piano on that thing out in the yard. It doesn't look like that grist is going anywhere. You just never know with these gaming abstractions. So we're going to have to go down there. Or maybe we can avoid, I don't know. Drop Pogo Ride in John's bathroom. Oh no, we got it, cool. Get grist. There you go. Now why don't you check out the Designix? You can do that while I get to work. On what? Level up for slaying the imp. The piano, in its valiant effort, has unfortunately been slain, but if it hadn't, it wouldn't. It would have raked in so many boon dollars. You have no idea. So many. It's time to build. There's heaps of how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 I can see. No, 14. Might even be more than that. My maths terrible anyway, let's continue. Point is, they're everywhere. Then it's said to build, so that's what I'm doing. Oh yeah, okay. But this is sure going to take a lot of grist. Looks like you're going to be busy, John. Well, what are you building? Stairs? They're fairly expensive, actually. Oh man, I could have warned you about stairs, Rose. What's this? I told you, dog. I'll try recouping some of the grist from the catwalk I built earlier. It keeps happening. Ah, good. Looks like I can get a refund for earlier allocations. Oh yeah, cool. So you can delete an item and still get back the items you spent for it, probably. In, what do they call it, suburbs? Game they're playing? Yeah. I told you, Rose. I told you about stairs. Okay. Consider me fully briefed on the matter of stairs. Now, if you don't mind, it's hard enough to concentrate on this without immersing ourselves in Strider's non sequitur. Did you know he thinks puppets are cool? Does he? He's so dumb. Use build grist to construct observation tower on roof. Okay, so obviously don't have enough grist yet for something that ambitious, but you can get started with something of a foundation for upward construction at least. Check cabinets for imps or useful items. Oh yeah, can't hurt to nosy around. In any good game you got to explore, find what you can take. And if this game, this comic were an actual game, it'd have to be a point and click. Well, it is because Hive Swap game based on this is a point and click. In those games, you take everything because you never know what random item might be good for some random puzzle. No imps in here, just a lot of shaving cream. Dads love shaving. It's basically all they do. When they're not baking, that is. Bring 2 cans of shaving cream. You catch to log 2 cans of shaving cream just in case. You never know when you'll need to bust out a hilarious shaving cream Santa beard to ratchet up your Prince's Gambit. Your telescope goes flying out the window. Ride, pogo, ride. I think we'll do this one last page and then we're going to leave it here, I think, guys. Ride, pogo, ride. It's just a little cramped in here for any sort of proper reckless pogo going. You'll just grab it and hang on to it until the right moment presents itself. Okay, let's save game. Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining me. It looks like Homestuck's finally started to get interesting. Not that I haven't been enjoying it, it's just, yeah, it's starting to actually get pretty interesting now, so that's cool. I know we've still got a long way ahead of us, though. This is a very long comic. But I've got plenty of time, so we'll get to it all in good time. But before I go, I put out a theory video last week that I'm pretty happy with about the potential theory, about the potential origins, about the origins of monsters and Undertale and Deltarune. Basically, I think it's all a prequel. That Deltarune is just a prequel to Undertale. I'm probably wrong, but I just wanted to get my idea out of my head before it drove me up the wall. I'm pretty proud of it, so if you haven't seen that already, check it out. I appreciate all the views it's got, because compared to my normal videos, that one actually got a lot of views, so thank you guys, it means a lot. I love you guys heaps. It means a lot for you guys watching my videos. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. This has been Games Today, and I'm your host, the RPGgoddess. I love you all. Keep well, keep safe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. I am out.